It's great to see
Hi
you.
there.
Good
Good
to
morning.
see you.
Hey, good morning.
Morning,
Hi,
everyone.
Donna.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
Governor Jeff.
Morning.
Morning, Martita. How are you?
Fine, Jonathan, and you,
Doing great.
everybody.
Good morning. People.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a good crowd.
And they're still coming in.
Yep.
That's wonderful. Um, we'll give it 2 more minutes here, and then I will officially start the meeting by muting everyone's microphone and let the governors take over and Jonathan, and I'll keep letting attendees join as long as they
You say John's bringing the
want
key
to.
at 11:30?
We're coming in to do a final walkthrough.
At 11:30. Well, gee, aren't we coordinated?
Hello. Hello. Tony, can I call you back? I'm on a Zoom meeting right now, and I'll call you back when we're done. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Jonathan, you are co-host.
Yes, sir.
So
And if you can make Jeff also co-host, just in case I drop for any reason. So sometimes the internet plays tricks on us. So
yeah,
there, we have two co-hosts now.
yeah. And I'm going to admit this last round, and then I'm going to click mute all. So you'll have to turn on your mic if you want to be heard. So, um, Jonathan, are you going to facilitate the meeting for us today?
Correct, Dick.
Okay, you've got the show.
All righty. Well, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here to welcome everyone. My name is Jonathan Hernandez, serving as the International Service Chair for District 4110, and having the honor to be hosting this morning's training session. It is also my pleasure to welcome Governor Marina, Governor Donna, and Governor Jeff, from Districts 4110, 5520, and 5470. Thank you, governors, for joining us today and for your commitment to strengthening international service through collaboration. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all of our International Service, Rotary Foundation, and Global Grant chairs. We truly appreciate your presence. Also extend a warm welcome going out to all of our club presidents and everyone attending this meeting. We truly are glad to have you here. And also, we encourage you to participate actively. Feel free to ask questions throughout today's session. I'll be catching up with you later this morning to briefly go over some logistics. And also, my colleague Marta will catch up with you with transportation, which we know it's a big deal. Having said that, it is my great honor to introduce past District Governor Dick Jones from Rotary International District 5520, who will be our speaker this morning. Dick has been a Rotarian since 1988 and is a proud member of the Rotary Club of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Throughout more than 3 decades of service, he has exemplified Rotary's ideal of service above self through outstanding leadership and solid commitment to creating a lasting impact. He served as club president in 2001, 2002, and later as district governor in 2009, 2010. Over the years, Dick has held numerous leadership positions, including assistant governor, district trainer, district operations manager, district youth protection officer, and chair of the district's Rotary Foundation committee. Dick is especially recognized for his dedication to the Rotary Foundation global grants and youth programs. His passion for developing future leaders and protecting young people has left a lasting impact throughout the district. In recognition of these extraordinary contributions, District 5520 named its New Generations Award in his honor. Among his many accomplishments, Dick also received a Rotary's International Prestigious Service Above Self Award, one of the highest honors Rotarian recognitions given to individuals for exceptional service. Today, Dick continues to serve Rotary as a respected mentor, training, and leader, sharing his extensive knowledge of the Rotary Foundation, global grants, and district leadership programs with Rotarians around the world. Dick, we are truly honored to have you here in our training this morning, and the floor goes back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. It is a great honor to be here and speaking to you today. We were reminiscing a few minutes ago about prior sessions of our project fairs, and it's had many different names over the years, but I remember my first one was in Ruidoso, and I don't remember the exact year, but I do know that it wasn't in this century. So that puts a little bit of perspective on my age and everything. But it was fun. They've all been fun. I've enjoyed each and every one of them, and we could sit here all morning and talk about the different project fairs and the trouble we avoided in Chihuahua or Juarez or Casas Grandes or even in Las Cruces. But anyway, so thank you. Give me just a second here. And I want to share my screen. And I have to make all this other stuff go away. Okay. And I trust everyone can see my screen now. So welcome to the International Project Fair. This orientation is something that we have been striving to do for the last 2 or 3 years so that we can give everyone kind of a uniform platform to start from. And so this is our first attempt at it. And thank you to the governors to providing the drive to get us moving and start working on the fair. This morning, I particularly want to thank the participants from our various districts, 4110 for hosting us, 5470 Southern Colorado for joining us. And for those of you that are not aware, they were actually part of the project fair many years ago and actually hosted a couple of meetings, one in Pueblo and the other one in Durango, and those were quite fun. And District 5520, my home district. So thank you to everyone for your participation today. We're going to talk about global grants a little bit. We're going to talk about a special feature that were started 2 years ago. No, we started it last year in El Paso, and we've expanded on it. We're working on um, the abstracts, and thank you to the public image personnel from all three districts for helping us get that. We want to talk about the budget but a little bit because we do need to make sure that we understand the budget and some of the idiosyncrasies of that. And then, as Jonathan mentioned, we're going to start making sure everyone is prepared to have the best time available. And we'll go over some of the logistics of it. But I just want to make sure that we all understand, whether we're new or old to global grants and the project fair, um, really what global grants are. And they are large, long-term projects with sustainability. And sustainability is becoming more and more of a factor with Rotary International. They want to see what the project will do after the Rotarians have left. These projects have a range of $30,000 to $200,000. And if you are going to be either hosting a global grant or an international sponsor in a global grant, you need to have a pretty deep understanding of this entire process. That is at a level of knowledge that we are not even going to attempt to get into today. Um, but there are plenty of resources available. If you're not familiar with the process or you just want to learn more, you can visit the Learning Center at rotary.org and take any number of courses that they have available right there. One of the areas that we do need to concentrate on is that our global grants fit into one of these 7 areas of focus. Um, Peace and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water, sanitation and hygiene, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, community economic development, and the environment. Um, when talking about a global grant, we say that the grant must address at least one of the 7 areas of focus, but it can address more. From my perspective as a foundation chair for the district, I would encourage the club to choose one area of focus that is paramount in their particular global grant, because the more boxes you check off in the areas of focus, the greater the responsibility of reporting that area in your reports. So make the job easier on yourself. Select just one, focus on that. And if other areas of focus benefit from that, so much the better. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year that's a little bit different is we're going to have our project presentations both posted on the abstract, which we'll get into in a minute, and we will provide an opportunity on the abstracts to post the link to the 3-minute video that you're going to be able to make. And I think the 3-minute video is really our biggest and best opportunity to sell our project. And so I encourage you to spend some time and think about the video, think about how you're going to put it together, think about the story that you're going to tell of your project, because hopefully the people attending or those that are interested in the project that won't be able to attend will be able to look at these videos when they have time to focus on them, and they will be able to decide what is would be beneficial and what would be attractive to them in the project. When you're producing your video, we encourage you to include a translation and or captions. It's quite imperative that we have these. When we did the project fair last year in El Paso, we had translation at the microphone, and that was slow. It was not really efficient. And so this way we'll have an opportunity to give the best possible presentation available. One of the things that I would encourage you to consider as you're making your presentation is to be sure that the content that you include in your video, in your handouts, in your visual display, all have a common theme to them so that we can easily recognize them and say, oh, I remember Jonathan made that presentation on the video. So it's really important that there's a theme and a look that continues throughout the handouts, the displays, and the video. Okay, folks, what has happened here? Here we go. Tell us what makes your project special. What is unique about your project? Um, Tell us what is different from projects that you have done in the past or various versions of this project that you have done previously. And show us who is going to be benefiting from the project. Show us the pictures of the kids. Show us the pictures of the folks receiving their eyeglasses or their uh, dental work or whatever. I know I'm maybe stepping out of line a little bit here, but don't show us your club members. We don't care what they look like. We're going to see them anyway. We want to see the kids. We want to see the people that are going to benefit. So um, keep that in mind and make sure that your club is clearly identified in the video. It would be a shame for you to put all that effort into the project and um, for us not to remember which club it is. Okay, got one more to admit up here, and we're going on to the next one. And this is the abstract. This has been posted online. This is the link has been sent to you along with the link for today's meeting. If it hasn't been, we will send it out again. If you don't have it, contact us and we will make sure that you do. But this is where the heart of the whole project fair lies. We are going to be collecting the information that you post. We will have this abstract available before the fair, during the fair, and after the fair so that you can still refer to it and make decisions. And this is going to be a tool that Martha and Maylee and I use when we're working on the district's part of the project fair. So make sure that you take time and fill that out. It's really fairly easy. we want your email address so we can get back in touch with you. One of the things that we are asking that you do this year is to go on to the Rotary website and get a global grant number. Many of the clubs have obtained the global grant number prior to the project fair in the years past, and it is much easier for us to track a project if we're working with a global grant number. We need your name. We need the project title. We want to know the name of your club in your district if you're hosting it. If you've already identified an international partner, put that information in. Is your club seeking a partner? If you haven't selected an international partner yet, you can check this next box, and that will allow the clubs to decide whether they want to maybe step up and volunteer to be your international project host sponsor. Then here's where we provide the link to your project video. This is what's going to allow us to look at the video in the comfort of our homes when we don't have 100 people pushing and crowding around us and disturbing our concentration. But this really will provide a lot of good information to the participants. And let us know where the project will take place. We do a lot of different projects. We don't always do them in the same place where our club is located. So we'd like to know that. Here's where you declare one of the 7 areas of focus. And so it is important, I feel, to really just select one of the 7 areas of focus. We'd like a high-res photo of your project, and you can upload it at this point. We want a nice overview of your project, a great description. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the budget in a few minutes on another slide, because there are some points that we want to cover, particularly about the budget. Two of the things that we have not been clear about in the past is the fact that for the money that comes from our Rotary clubs, there is a 5% administrative fee that the Rotary Foundation charges. And that is something that they started about 10 or 12 years ago. And it just helps to cover the cost of administering the fair in or the global grants. In the past, we've just said put down your pledge amount, and you put down 1,000, and when the project is approved, the host club has to come up with another $50 because you're only putting 1,000 up. They counted on your 1,000, but the real cost is 1,050. So please keep in mind that there is that 5% fee from the Rotary Foundation. And we have selected March 31st of 2028 as the date that we will expect all the projects or all the pledges to be honored until. In the past, we have had project fairs where there have been no dates, and a club just cannot be expected to keep a pledge open for an unknown amount of time. A couple of years ago, we had a date that was very short and did not allow the club the time and opportunity to get everything set up. And by the time they got the grant submitted and approved, the pledges had expired. I've talked to several of you, and through just some reasoning to try to come up with a date that would be fair to all, we decided on the March 31st, 2028. So if a club cannot get um, their project approved by next spring, they will have until they'll have about another 9 months to get the project going before that pledge expires. One of the things, Maylee and I were at a zone conference last week in Reno, Nevada, and it was probably one of the most informative um, programs that I have seen that Rotary has put on. I found it very helpful. But one of the points that they were making is that the earlier you get the project in, the more likely it is to be approved. And they had graphs, and we can't get into that today, or we'd be here until supper time. But the earlier that you can get the project submitted and approved, the better you're off you're going to be. Be sure and provide us your contact information, your uh, email address, and I'm not sure what's going on with the blue lines, but we'll try to get rid of them in a minute, um, and a phone number, because email sometimes is the perfect way to correspond with each other. Other times it's not. So we would really appreciate having your phone number. And on the left-hand side, you see a little shaded piece. That is where you submit. That is at the bottom of the abstract. And that is where you submit the abstract to the district so that we can get it posted. You will get a copy of it. It will be on the Google form, and we will be able to study it, share it with everyone else, and get you lots of money. Before we move on to some of the other topics, I just want to ask if there are any particular questions, and I'm going to ask Jonathan to monitor the group for me. Either raise your electronic hand or post something in the chat box, and then Jonathan can pose the question to me, and I'm more than happy to address it if I can at this point. If not, we'll make a note and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Uh, so, okay.
If you guys could please put it on the chat, it'll be easier because I cannot see the whole screen. I mean, I cannot see everyone. So it will be better, or just raise your hand and feel free to pop up.
And I saw Miley pop up for a minute, so why don't you lead us off? And you, okay.
At one point, you shared where the link for this form that you just described. Could you restate where we can get that link?
It is a Google form, and we will send you that link. That link should be in with the registration form where you got the link to this meeting. But we will make sure that you get a follow-up email that has the address for this site in it.
Great, because we'll make sure that all the clubs have it.
Yeah,
Clearly
thank you.
also. Thank you.
Dick, I put a link in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and also they're asking if we're going to be able to share this presentation and the recording, and I think that's a yes, right?
Yes, that we will. Um, Jeff and I will have a conversation after this meeting, um, and discuss how we're going to get it posted on the district's website. So, or the district's YouTube site. So, yes, it will be available, and that will be sent to you also.
There's another question, Dick. Can a single club submit more than one project? And if so, which recommendations do you have for that?
We have never put a restriction on the number of projects that a club could submit. Um, just know that we are, we have a limited amount of resources, both in district DDF and in clubs. But if you feel that you have two strong projects, um, be sure and submit them. I would qualify that by saying that if Marina and Jonathan and Jeff and I and Molly and Donna feel that we've got too many projects to showcase at the project fair, we will be in touch with you and say choose one. But unless we have a full slate, I don't see why not.
Is there a deadline to submit the abstract?
We have not established a deadline. I would think that we would probably, um, because it is um, online, it's available all the time. Um, so there's not a publication date or anything like that that we would be facing, but I would say probably let's just say the 15th should be the date that you should have as your drop dead date and getting everything posted. Um, I think that would be fair.
Okay, and Jeff, they're stating at the chat that there's temporarily unavailable the link. I don't know if we can check on that. Okay,
The
Jeff,
first,
okay.
the first link, I noticed it had an issue, so I found the second link, and it looks like the second link is working.
Thank you so much. And I just want to go a little bit back on what you were saying on the deadline, Dick. There is going to be a deadline of August the 7th for you guys to send your images or the pictures of your projects. The reason for that is we're going to be having some bags printed so everyone has the same space. And right now we're gonna catch up on that, but we are going to have a deadline on that so we can get everything out and print it and have you guys have those bags in your stand. Okay, and I'll
Great.
cover that in a little bit in a while.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that for us. Any other questions before I move on?
Dick, I have a question.
Yes.
Is and I haven't looked at the most recent version of the form, but there were some clubs that were interested in, let's call it more of a hands-on service project that wasn't necessarily linked to a grant. Is there still going to be an opportunity for a few of those types of projects at the fair?
There will be opportunities for those. Um, One of the versions I did see that in there. I don't see it in this particular version. But that was something that was discussed, and basically what it would be, if a club has members that would be willing to go and provide assistance of any kind on a project, they would be welcome to. Um, and there would not be the financial component involved. Um, and I'm not sure where we stand on that as far as the form, but we'll address that, and it will certainly be an option. Yes. Okay, anything else?
We don't have any more questions on the chat, so I think we can move on.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. I had said we wanted to talk about uh, project budgets, and the community assessment is also a part of this. Um, Getting your budget in balance and putting enough detail in your budget has always been an area that we've had to pay particular attention to. Um, on the left-hand side of the screen, that's just a few um, points. This is step 8 on your uh, application, is to enter the budget. And you need to um, detail what you're going to be spending the money on. And it's also imperative that when you get down to step 9, which is your fundraising component, that those two are in balance. So pay particular attention. The Grant Center does have a lot of resources available for us working in that area. The other area where we need to make sure that we dedicate enough of our time is in the Global Grant Community Assessment. And we need to make sure that when we do the community assessment, that we are addressing the needs of the community and not our needs. We want to listen to the community. We want to take their guidance. We want to identify ways that we can address those needs while conforming to the requirements of a global grant. And a project will not be successful unless it's the community's idea. We had, just as a side story, we were doing a project down in Copper Canyon many years ago that I was privileged to work on. And one of our members had decided that we needed to put cut channels in the wall so that we could run coaxial cable to have internet connection. And he had budgeted this out, and of course it threw our budget out of balance. But once we got on site, we realized that this particular location didn't have reliable electricity. So providing internet connections and computers and things like that just wasn't going to work. So it wasn't something the community was prepared for, and it would have been a total waste of money if we hadn't discovered that before we got involved in the project. So be sure, study know your community. I was visiting with a lady this week. She was telling me about a community assessment that she did. It's a medical project in Africa. She is a doctor from Duke University that's been working on this project. And to get their community assessment done, she assigned one of the students that was doing their internship in this community, and then drafted 3 Interact students from the local high school to work with them. And they were able to generate a very nice community assessment. So there's a lot of ways to do this, and it is a critical part of the global grant process. And as we wrap up, I just want to share a few final thoughts with you. First of all, Rotary has the cadre of technical advisors, and these are experts in particular topics. If we're working on a project and we need some technical expertise, we can reach out to them. These are also individuals that are well versed in all of the Rotary ins and outs of getting a global grant through the process and funded. Zone 2627 has a resource called Expert Hub, and it is available to us. So I would encourage you to use both of these. We have not got to the point where we are requiring that you enlist the cadre, but you will have a much easier time working through the process using either one of these resources. A lot of times people will come to the project fair and they have not had a real discussion with their club about how much money they wanted to spend in pledges. I advise you to start talking to your board. We're almost into the month of August, so we're not that far away from the project fair. And it's really to your advantage and it's to the advantage of the project that you're interested in. If you can go ahead and make a financial commitment when you're in Juarez, to be able to have that as far along as possible is very helpful to the project. If you have any questions at all about the global grant process, Rotary's Learning Center, which can be accessed by going to rotary.org/learning system or learning center, you can get a lot of good information. They have a number of courses. They're divided into 15 to 30-minute sessions, and you can focus what you're interested on. In the grant section of rotary.org under participation, there are also a lot of resources. One of the resources that is very helpful is actually a template of the global grant application. So you can take that document, you can start filling it out, and then when you get ready to start working on the grant, it's just a matter of transferring the information over. All of this information is at rotary.org. And I just wanted to mention in closing that you need to be aware that both Rotary International and our districts have particular requirements for participation in global grants. In District 5520, we have to have 2 people attend our grant training. We have to be current on our taxes. We have to be current on our dues. Your district may have stricter or less strenuous requirements, but there are requirements across the board. So you need to check, you need to know what they are, and you need to address that while there's still time. It has been a great pleasure to be with you today and talk to you and share a little bit about the project fair. I can tell you that our 3 governors, our 3 foundation chairs, our PR members, the whole team has been working for over a year to pull this all together for you. And I truly think this is going to be one of the best project fairs that we have ever had. So thank you for your participation. I'm going to open the floor, Jonathan, one more time for questions. If there are any final questions, please go ahead and ask them at this point.
There are a couple. They're asking if we can send out a template of a project that has already been approved, and if we can send it out and make sure the answers are aligned. I'm sorry. Yeah, to make sure that our answers are going to be aligned to what Rotary will be reviewing.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay.
They should make sure that they should send that request to my email address and we'll take care of it for them. And if you have any other questions, please send them to that rjones9755. Someone needs to mute themselves. Any other questions can be sent to me at rjones9755@aol.com. I don't promise that I will have all the answers, but I can start the question on a journey to get it to someone that can answer it for you. So again, thank you very much for your time today. I look forward to meeting all of you at the project fair in Juarez next month. And Jonathan, I'll turn the program back over to you.
Thank you so much, Dick. Just a last question. If a project has already been submitted in the past, can a similar project be submitted again?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, can you let me share screens? Can I share screens now?
You should be able to share screens.
Let me look here.
I made you co-host, so you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, yeah, it's here. So we're going to go over some logistics for the fair, and it's going to be briefly. We'll be sending out the program later for specific questions that you might have, and we'll be answering, like Dick said, we'll be answering those directly. And Dick, can you get us your email on the chat, please, just for everyone to have it?
Sure.
I think that'll work. So let's start going over the logistics. The Tri-District Conference is going to be taking place at Colegio San Patricio. That's going to be in our gym. And I would like to show you a picture. Well, I mean, it's going to be a short video of one of the events that we just hosted a couple of months ago. And I mean, it's a little different, the event that we hosted, but you're going to get a really good look at how things are going to be looked. So let me share here. And this is a national congress that we just worked on. I don't know if the volume's working.
No, it's not, Jonathan.
No. Okay. I mean, it's just music on.
Okay.
Yeah. The important thing is that you can see how it looks like. And now just to let you know that all the activities are going to be held at campus. Okay. So everything that we're going to be doing, all the events, dinner, lunch are going to be held in our gym. And we do have some surprises for all of the days. You'll be there. So, I mean, we're just happy to be hosting it and happy to have you here. I'm going to cut off now the video and I'm going to go over to share my screen and show you the layout on how things are going to be working and how we're going to be setting up the gym for you guys. Okay, this is how it's actually going to look like. So we're gonna be having stands all over the place around our court. Of course, we're gonna have our initial welcoming here on the top part. And then we're gonna have tables set up at the center where you guys can sit and where we'll be hosting our dinners and our lunch. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look. The actual stands are not gonna be like that. Like I said, we're only gonna have a back for each of the projects, and then we're gonna have, of course, a table set up for you guys, and we're gonna have a couple of chairs. What we want to do with this is just have everyone have the same place and have the same images. I would ask for you guys not to bring anything else. We don't want one of the stands to have a lot of things and then all of the others just their back. So we want to keep that the same for everyone, just to make sure that everyone has the same chance. We'll be projecting the videos that you're going to be sending out. We're going to be projecting them here. And like I said, what the deadline for us to have the images or the photos of your project, it's going to be August the 7th. Okay. We're going to talk also a little bit about hotels. We already have 2 hotels, and when you register, you're going to be able to have the links there. They came up with some really good prices for you guys, and just being there is going to be really, really nice. They're close to the school. It'll take you about probably 10 to 15 minutes to get there tops, and that's going to be with traffic. So you're going to be really close to that, people coming in to those hotels. So I think that we're going to have a great experience. Do we have any questions on these 2 topics?
Jonathan, there is a question about internet availability.
Yes, there is going to be internet.
Thank you.
Okay, and once you get there, what we would do is set up just cardboards around the gym with the passwords.
Great, thank you.
Tina raising her hand.
Hi, good morning all. One question, Jonathan, what about if someone needs to show something on a screen? They must have their computers and not to have a big screen, for example?
Yes, correct. I mean, we want to keep it nice and the same for everyone. But if someone needs to showcase something, just be sure that, I mean, you're going to be having a desk. So anything you need to bring has to fit on that desk. Also, you are going to have electricity near to you. And if you want to, I mean, if you want to plug in a TV, just be sure to bring an extension cord, please.
That was one of other questions.
Yeah, the other question. Okay. So I don't know if somebody else has any questions on logistics. I know Marta is going to cover the transportation topic, and she'll talk about that for people coming in from the US. And if they want to, I mean, if they want to stay in the US, or if they just want to come to Juarez.
This is Donna. I don't have a question, but I do have a suggestion that as we continue to promote it here in the US, not only, you guys put on great events. And so it's
thank you.
fun, but the opportunity to actually meet and talk to your club members, so that when we're interested in a project, we begin to have some one-on-one contact and connection, I think is just invaluable. And I think we need to promote that as much as possible with our clubs here.
Yeah, correct. And probably the setup is gonna help on that, because we're gonna be having those round tables. So you just can sit there and talk to anyone you like, or just ask anyone about the projects, or even the clubs that are bringing in projects. I mean, they can reach out anyone. Like I said, that's one of the parts that we want to have the whole event there, so we can do a really nice networking between the clubs. Okay, we have several questions here. Computers, we touched on that. Transport, they'll talk on that. Marta's gonna cover that. How are the stands and spaces aligned? Can you tell me more on that so we can make that sure? It's going to be around, if you want to, I mean, the actual space, it's going to be about 3 meters. And then the backs are going to be 2.4 meters. Okay. Oh, and how are they going to be assigned? I mean, we don't have any assigned spaces. So you guys are going to be able to come in early to get everything set up. We are going to have a due time for everyone to get their spaces ready and good to go. That's going to be, of course, a little bit earlier than at the time we start. And I mean, just as you come in, you can choose your space. They're all going to be visible. There's not a single space that is not visible to everyone. So, I mean, I think that's not going to be an issue. Another question, the date line for the high-res photo, I covered that. That's going to be on the 7th, August the 7th. We have to have those in for August the 7th. We'll go ahead and put in our emails here, just in case you need to send them there. And I mean, you're going to be uploading those also in the abstract. So either or will be good. Just make sure that we get them. I mean, we confirm that we got them. Okay, please. Can we bring samples of prostheses? Yeah, you can take samples. Can you send us the pledge forms in advance to pre-fill them? The pledge forms are going to be, if I'm not wrong, they're going to be electronic. So I don't think we can send them out. Is that correct, Dick?
That's correct. Yeah, you'll be able to use the abstract form.
But for the pledges?
Yeah, they can
Okay.
write them in there. We'll pick them up.
Okay, perfect.
Hey,
So
this is Mark. Can I just ask another quick question? To confirm, we can access the catalog upload form multiple times, right? It's not a one-shot deal. We'll be able to log in and make changes to it, upload our photo there, upload the video link when it's ready, change the description, or how does that work?
I am not the technical expertise, and Meredith or Terry, are you on with us this morning? Mark, I would ask that you put that in writing to me, and I will follow up with our PI chairs and get an answer back.
okay. Is the presentation going to be shared? Yes. The actual presentation and the recording of the meeting are going to be sent out. And I'm correct with that, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So any other questions before we send it over to Marta?
Jonathan, this is Terry in from Public Image in District 5470. I
Yes,
just
Terry.
went in and I allowed a response editing to those forms, so you can edit those responses. Thank you.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you,
So that
Terry.
clears that up.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna hand it over to Marta, and just to clear something out, I'm talking here with Jeff, and we're gonna try, like I said, we're gonna try to get something out to you guys of information on how to fill those forms. We want to see if we can make a small video or images or something for you guys to know how we're going to be filling out those forms and abstracts, and also how we're going to be filling those pledges. So if we can get out something, and depending on our availability, we might do that, or we might do another small orientation on that. Okay, so we're going to try and have that done. I think that'll work for everyone. And I'm going to put Dick on the spot. Can we do that, Dick?
Sure.
All right.
Whatever you want.
That's why I like you, Dick. All right.
Jeff is
So,
running short on his favors, but you've got plenty.
all righty. Perfect. Great. So, Marta, I'm handing it over to you so you can explain a little bit on how transportation is going to work.
Hello, everybody. We have an arrangement with the same person that gave you the transportation last time. And there's going to be vans that they're going to pick you up in El Paso. They're going to cross you over, take you to your hotels, and then from the hotels to the event, and same thing. And there will be also they're going to buy like tickets for, there is a bus that they can cross you over to the bridge, and you don't have to make the line and take you back to El Paso. The only thing we need is to know how many people are coming. The cost is going to be $65. And as soon as we have the list, this person is going to contact you so they can give, she can get name and the passport so she can arrange the permit at the bridge.
And Marta, just a quick question. Are we going to have timetables for that on when the bands are going to be crossing?
Yes, she's gonna arrange that, but we don't know the times yet because she needs to know how many people are coming and at what, and the schedule at what time and what days are they arriving to El Paso. But we will have that as soon as we have the number of people who is coming to El Paso and who's going to cross over to Juarez.
Okay, so just to clear on that, there are going to be timetables. It's not going to be, I want to
Yes.
cross and there's going to be a band that's going to be taking me when I want to cross.
Yes.
Okay, do we have a certain places where that's going to take place, where they're going to pick up people?
Not yet.
Not yet, but there, same thing. There is going to be a certain place where they're going to be picked up, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And I think I left out a question about the agenda that is going to be sent out. Okay, so you can have it previous to our to our fair. Any other questions?
At what time the event will start on Friday?
Jeff, can you help me with that one? I don't have the agenda right now with me, or Dick, or anyone else from the team that can address that.
I believe it's starting Friday early afternoon.
Yes,
Officially.
and I'm sorry, and this we will start by installing all the booths or the projects, and then we're having this time inauguration event, and more or less 4:30, 5 o'clock. We're gonna let you know as soon as we complete the agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, so if is there a transportation request form from El Paso included in the registration form?
Yes, I sent, it's the only on the registration form. It's ask if you need the transportation, and there's two links. One, if you don't need the transportation, the cost will be only $110. But if you decide to have a transportation or need transportation, the cost shows the link shows the payment for $175. I'm not quite sure if it is. I sent it that link to Jeff, right, Jeff? But it's not on the. It's not on the
On the registration form.
Registration as to register. Yes. Let me find out.
Okay. And just to clear on that, the $110, that's the fee, that's the enrollment fee to be at the fair. Okay. The other 65 is for those who need transportation. will there be internet? Yeah, internet will be available for everyone. Is there
They're
a suggestion?
asking, they're asking, who's gonna take care of the list for the people who's gonna need transportation? Who's gonna have the list, Jeff or Dick?
On research, let me show the format that we have. Just a moment. Let me find.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll answer a question. Is there a suggestion about when to arrive? They're asking if a day before. I mean, I think that would be up to anyone. Like I said, the gym's gonna be open early morning for setup. So if you want to come in a day before, you might want to wander in Juarez a little bit and have a little bit of fun. You don't need to come in a day before. I mean, that's up to anyone. So, I mean, whatever you choose, I think it's going to be good. You're going to be having a lot of time to get set up during the day. Or if you want to come in the day before and start setting up everything really early, you can do that. So I think that's up to everyone.
Let me give me control to show my screen, please. Can you please give it to me?
Can you make
Sure.
Marina co-host?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Just to show the list that as of today are registered, and it's showing who needs transportation or who's not.
Okay, Marina, so you're gonna be having that list, right? When they register on the link you sent, you're
Yes.
gonna be having that list. Okay, so that clarifies the question on who's gonna
Okay.
be having that list. And
Okay.
of course, we're gonna be sharing the list with both 5520 and
Yes.
5470. Okay.
Sure. That's great.
And
So
Marina,
you don't need to-
you're a co-host now.
Okay, let me share my screen.
And Jeff, do we know at what time is the fair finishing on Saturday? And like I said, we're going to be sending the agenda out. So any questions on that, you can definitely be sure they'll be addressed there in the agenda.
Yeah. My
But do we know-
understanding is that we are supposed to finish on Saturday around lunchtime.
Okay, perfect.
Are you seeing my screen?
I
Yes.
see. There we go.
This is the Excel list that we manage for the register. It's and when you fill the format, it says who's needing transportation and who's not. That's it.
So excellent. So we do have a list. And like I said, that's going to be on our site, 4110, and we'll be sharing that to all of the other districts. Am I missing any other questions? Just feel free to pop up.
I don't see any that have not been addressed.
Nope, neither do I. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to wrap up things, Dick.
Oh, Miley has a question.
Just a quick question. Is there a process to go back and change information if you had registered before and now things have changed, like your arrival date has changed? How do we update a registration?
Can somebody from registration help me out on that one? I really don't have the answer on that.
Send an email
No.
to Marina and Jonathan, and they'll take care of it for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so and then where do we find their email?
We're going to put it on the chat. Marina, can you write your email on the chat?
May I also suggest that you put those emails on the follow-up document you're going to send out to everybody, just in case?
Of course. Yeah, no problem.
Thank
Okay,
you.
while Marina's getting those email addresses posted on the chat. This is the final opportunity to ask a question. Yes, Anne?
When do you expect the agenda to be distributed?
I would think the agenda should probably be out by about the 10th of August, no later than the 10th of August.
That might be late for airfares.
Okay.
Can we get just start dates and times and end dates and times?
Certainly.
I don't need specifics.
We will push to have that out by the end of this week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you all for your time this morning, your attention, your questions. I really do look forward to seeing everyone in Juarez. Not that far away, but I'm sure will be very exciting and interesting. And I always love to see the projects that are coming out, and hopefully we'll have a few new ones this year. So thank you all for attending. Look at your inbox. We will start having the video and all of this information posted for you next week. So thank you very much. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
You.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Jeff, Dick, Marina, Donna, I don't even want to stay, and everyone else from the team, just to wrap up.
Certainly.
You got it. You got it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
It looks like we have about 5 or 10 that have fallen asleep.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. Let me see if I can get them
And
out.
I don't know if Donna was logged in. I know she was sending some messages through WhatsApp. I don't know whether she was logged in for this.
Yes, she was.
She was. Okay. Donna Hood.
Perfect.
Oh, Donna Hood, I don't know. Donna
Yeah,
Padachi.
No. Yeah, I don't know if she was here.
She was there. I saw her, guys. Do you want me to text her and see if she can jump back on, or are we okay without her?
It would be ideal if she's available.
I'll text her right now.
Thanks, Terry.
And I don't know if you want to close the meeting and we can send out another one, or
Or you can just remove.
I'll just go through and.
You need to stop the recording too.
Oh, good point.
You don't want to be held liable for anything we say from here on